What's going on, NFL fans? Mitchell Renz from Chat Sports, ready to break down the toughest schedules of the 2021 NFL season. Before I get into all that, if your bush down there is tough to trim, all you got to do, go to manscaped.com/chat, where you can save 20% off and free shipping on the best male grooming products. So the way that this show is going to work, I'm going to go from 32 all the way down to number 1 based off of the 2020 records of all these teams coming up here. So at number 32 in terms of strength of schedule, the Philadelphia Eagles. As you can see, we have the record of their opponents plus the overall win percentage. You're going to see that for every single one of the teams. The Eagles followed up by another NFC East opponent, the Dallas Cowboys. And both of these teams are playing the AFC West and the NFC South. The Cowboys also going up against the Raiders on Thanksgiving, which I'm actually pretty excited about. At number 30, the Atlanta Falcons here. Obviously, you want to be able to see what they can do with Matt Ryan. They're going to be going up against the AFC East and the NFC East. So again, you're seeing NFC East, AFC or NFC South teams up here at the top. Number 29, the defending Super Bowl champs. I don't know if the NFL's rigged. I know some people down there might think elsewise, but if you think the NFL's rigged, type NFL rig down in the comments. Buccaneers, number 29. Come on, man. Let's go to the team tied for 27, the Dolphins. And you know what? We'll just go to the very next team as well, tied at 27, the Denver Broncos here. The reason why I want to be able to talk about both of these teams is because the AFC South and the NFC South for Miami, the Broncos, the NFC East, and the AFC North. The way that Chat Sports works, and I imagine we're going to get some new people that come across this channel, and I basically wanted to break this down because tied at 27, settle the debate for me. Who has the harder schedule entering the 2021 NFL season? If you think it's the Miami Dolphins, I want you to type MIA. If you're sitting there and you're like, you know what, Mitch, I'm going to go with the Denver Broncos, type DEN. If it was up to me, I would actually go ahead and type DEN based off what the teams look like going into the 2021 season. At number 26, the Carolina Panthers. I'm curious to see what Sam Darnold can do. Carolina is going to be going up against the AFC East and the NFC East. We got the New York Giants next up here on the list. Already 3 teams from one division in the top 25. Poor old Washington football team. They still got a while to go, but I'm curious to see where they fall on this list. Tied for number 23, it's the Indianapolis Colts, and they're sitting there with the Buffalo Bills. And again, what I want you to do is go ahead and let me know which out of these two teams you think has the harder schedule. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to go with the Buffalo Bills because I just think the way that the AFC East is going to be matching up against the AFC South and the NFC South, it's going to be a little bit more difficult. And with the Bills going up against teams like the defending champs, I mean, that's never an easy thing to be able to do. 22, the New Orleans Saints. No more Drew Brees. We're going to be getting Taysom Hill, or maybe we're going to get Jameis Winston. Either way, the Saints have a tough slate of games. AFC East, NFC East as well. Curious to see how New Orleans ends up bouncing back this upcoming season. Tied at number 19, the Patriots. Wait a minute. We're going from 22 to 19. Yeah, we are, because we got a 3-way tie. I woke up this morning, I was like, all right, some Manscaped stuff going on. Going to get into a 3-way. I'll tell you the other 2 teams that are tied up here with New England. But first, here at Chat Sports, we do a lot of different videos. And coming up today, we're going to be breaking down NFL schedule releases for all the teams that you see here on my right. The Dallas Cowboys, Raiders, 49ers, Bears. So if you're a diehard fan, I want you to look below, and you're going to see the links to how you can go ahead and subscribe to all of our team channels. The numbers that you see is how many subscribers each channel has. So if you're a 49ers fan and you want to catch the Raiders, you got a little work to do here. What about Seahawks, Eagles, Chiefs, Dolphins? Those are our next 4 teams here. Again, if you want to subscribe to those channels, please do. We're going to be breaking down the entire 17-game schedule. It sounds weird saying it because for the last, 42 years, it's been a 16-game schedule, and now we get an extra football game. I'm excited to see a little bit of extra action. I know some players might not be too happy, but hey, at the end of the day, man, I get more football. That's why I come into work every single day. Let's go from the Lions, Broncos, Falcons, and then Browns. You're going to start seeing some, we'll just say, smaller channels here, but the way Chat Sports works is this. The more subs that these channels get, the more videos we do. Cowboys, Raiders, videos literally every single day, and live shows on Tuesday. Some of these smaller guys, they're not quite daily videos, but hey, if you're a Falcons fan, if you're a Browns fan, go ahead and subscribe. That way you can get more videos. And then the brand new channels here. We got Cardinals, Giants, Steelers, and Ravens. I'm just going to say this, Ravens fans. You got passed by the Pittsburgh Steelers, and if you're watching this video, both of these teams have very tough schedules, but even tougher competition is what's going on, and I'll say maybe the best division in all of football. So if you're a fan of any of the teams that y'all just saw, go ahead and subscribe to those channels below. We're going to be breaking down the 2021 NFL schedules for all of those teams. All right, let's get back into the rankings here. 2021 strength of schedule coming at you here, presented by Manscaped. The New York Jets, they're tied for number 19, also with the 49ers. And remember, with the New England Patriots, this is a lot of fun here. Obviously, Robert Saleh goes from being with the 49ers. Now he's with the New York Jets. Also, New England, there's a lot of, Jimmy Garoppolo, this and that. I'm excited to see how all three of those teams ended up finishing. The Jacksonville Jaguars, they're next up here on the list at number 18. Trevor Lawrence has a okay assignment ahead of him. I mean, being 18, you're obviously middle of the pack here. But when you're going up against teams like the AFC East, tough defenses like the Miami Dolphins, like the New England Patriots, I'll be excited to see what he can do against somebody like Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills. And then also the NFC West. That's a damn tough division there as well. Let's go to the AFC West here, where we got the Los Angeles Chargers. Second year for Rookie of the Year, Justin Herbert. Also for the Raiders, they're going to have to play the Raiders, which actually some people thought was going to be the first game of the year. This guy, ended up getting that one wrong. But they're going up against the NFC East and also going up against the AFC North. Now, today's show is presented by Manscaped. Head on over to manscaped.com where you guys can save 20% off and get free shipping on the best male grooming products out there. I got some exciting news. They just launched the Lawnmower 4.0, and why should you go out and get the 4.0 if you have the 3.0? It is a bit of an upgrade here, a longer battery life. This thing lasts 90 minutes. Also, you can kind of see the white part of the battery charger. It's in 3 different levels, so you should never have an issue of it dying on you. If it does, it's a you problem. Still waterproof. This is also, you don't need to plug it into a wall to recharge it. Does anybody out there have one of those phones that if you just place it on something, it just charges automatically? That's how this thing works as well. Super convenient, super easy to use, the Lawnmower 4.0. Go check it out. Your balls will thank you. Remember, promo code, though, is chat. Let's get in now to the top 15 teams. The Houston Texans at 15. I'll tell you what, I know they're middle of the road, but if they don't have Deshaun Watson, that's going to be a really, really tough year for them. The Washington Football Team, the final team out of the NFC East, the winners of the division last year. We're starting to now get into the teams that are going to be going up against schedules that have a, we'll say, above 500 record overall. Excited to see Washington this year, especially with that defense. Arizona Cardinals, NFC West time. Kyler Murray, A.J. Green. I like what they did with J.J. Watt here. But for the Arizona Cardinals, obviously you're in a very tough division. Excited to see what a guy like Matthew Stafford's going to be able to offer to this division as well. But then you're also going up against the AFC East. The NFC North and the AFC South. Let's go to the Tennessee Titans here, tied with the Arizona Cardinals. When we went through and we did some of these power rankings for me personally, I thought Arizona and Tennessee were right there neck and neck, and once you know it, they're exactly neck and neck in strength of schedule as well. So let's hear it here. Comment with the best and worst NFL division in the National Football League. Which team do you think, or which teams are in the best division? Which teams do you think are in the worst division? As it stands right now, I'm probably going to say the best division in the entire league. I still might stick with the NFC West because of Arizona, Seattle, but I'm also starting to really point my finger to a team like the AFC North with the Steelers. You got a team like the Browns. Oh my God, I couldn't get it out. The Ravens as well. Worst division, it's the NFC East. You can at me, Mitchell Renz 365. Let's go to one of those teams in the NFC West now, the Seattle Seahawks with Russell Wilson. You got the Rams, you got the Cardinals, and then you got the 49ers. 6 very tough games there from top to bottom. But Seattle also is going to be going up against some tough division or some teams in the NFC North. The Kansas City Chiefs lost in the Super Bowl. They're going to have a little bit of a bounce back here at number 11, tied with Seattle. At number 10, you got the Los Angeles Rams. New quarterback Matthew Stafford. Going to have a lot of pressure on them this upcoming season, especially when you decided to give away so much draft capital. I think it's win-now mode for Los Angeles. The Cleveland Browns at number 9. And Cleveland is one of those teams where this is my sleeper team, but they're not even a sleeper team at this point. Also, again, if you guys can see down below when you see certain team channels, please go ahead and subscribe to them. YouTube.com/ Browns report. At number 8, it's the Las Vegas Raiders. They're going to be opening up Monday Night Football against the Baltimore Ravens at Allegiant Stadium. So not only are they going to be hosting the NFL Draft, also kicking off Monday Night Football. The Bengals tied for number 6. I kind of feel bad for Joe Burrow and the Bengals because they're kind of placed in this position because of the Ravens, the Browns, and the Steelers, but they're at number 6. The Detroit Lions, another team that actually finished number 32 in our power rankings at Chat Sports. If you haven't seen that show yet, please go check it out on the channel. We've dropped new videos literally every single 3 hours all the time. We also go live Monday and Wednesdays. Not going live today because of the NFL schedule release. The Minnesota Vikings, number 5 on our list. This is where the schedules are really starting to get pretty tough, but remember, just because they're at a certain ranking doesn't always quite mean that that's how it's going to end up finishing. They're going to be going up against the NFC West and the AFC North. Now, if you made it this far in the video, just know that I appreciate you. If you have any questions, if you want to talk to me about your favorite NFL team, you can find me down below at MitchellRenz365. Slide in the DMs, and I'll be happy to answer your questions. Top 4 toughest schedules here in the National Football League entering the 2021 season. The Green Bay Packers, will they have Aaron Rodgers? That's a big iffy, and if they don't, I'll tell you what, man, really, really interesting here. The Chicago Bears, so if you guys are counting, if you're following along the show, that's 4 straight NFC North teams, and the Bears at number 3, 149 and 122. That's going to be the record of teams that they played against last season. Let's go to the Baltimore Ravens now, where we're going to finish it off with 2 teams in the same division, Baltimore and the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's going to round out the 2021 strength of schedule, and again, we appreciate everyone that made it this far, but we also know this. Just because a team was this good in 2020 does not mean that they are going to be that good in 2021, right? So what I want you to do is let me know, which team do you think has the hardest schedule from top to bottom? Again, 17 games here. Which team has the hardest schedule? Please go down in the comments section and argue it out.